Oh, we're back. Okay. All right, guys, we're back with How to Train Your Pit Bull. I just like that title. Anyway, so you're somewhat assessing, how willing is the dog to get up there, and I think that's another good reason, the platform is good. If you had one and you brought it out, it took one look at the platform. Look out! Look out! Dixie, it's my pager. Yay! 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 I don't think she even was running game on her. I think she just got in the way of her bug chasing. Yay! So what I did right there was combine my recall, but I'll tell you what triggered her, that little dog flopping on the ground. So I arranged it a little bit better today, so it's more stable. But if you obviously got one out, it took one look at the platform, or I think you would gauge it as you went along, it would be progressively more interested in getting up there if you were doing it right. Am I wrong, Summer?
Mm-mm.
You would want to keep going someplace you liked. That would be its Norwoods. Well, I can add my pager, watch. I'm going to wait till she's going away. She's interested in that little dog, and I'll tell you what I like. Not that. I'm going to tell you, if she gets up there on her own, though, I'll tell you who's serving up. So for whatever reason, I just appeared there with very little fanfare. So if you said, what are you doing at this point? I would say mixing the two things. Getting it to go there on its own, but Dixie! Yay! Yay! But that was my pager. So I'm combining it with my recall. Yay! Yay! And then rewarding any defaults that I might like. Yay! Yay! All right, let me get your eye movers. You gotta be careful getting their eye movers. They can even be offended by that. I'm sorry. Here, pay. Services rendered. All right, but remember the other thing we're thinking of, and I think it's very, very important. If you said, well, when you put a dressage horse's bridle on, they start doing the little moves and stuff, I would say, I believe that. And that's what your goal would be. That when you put the leash on, yay! Remember, that should be a rule of thumb, I think, in the beginning, reward any default to getting up there, because what you're doing when you do that, Dixie! Yay! What you're doing when you do that, I think, is blurring the line as far as whose idea it was.
Mm-hmm.
Whosever idea it was to go to the great restaurant. That's the better friend. Summer wants to go to the garlic this weekend.
Love it.
We might just go, because I tell you what I'm in
Kelly
the
loves
cheese
her cheese.
platter.
Yeah.
I didn't even get food when I went with Lindsay.
Why?
Because I know myself, and I'm so full on the appetizers. And last time when we went with Stacy, I brought my pasta home and I didn't even eat it. So
it was
why should I just
good.
buy food at a restaurant, not eat it, bring it home, put it in my refrigerator, and then force you to throw it out?
Yeah, if you know you're not going to eat it.
I like that.
Well, this time.
I just, because I eat the bread, and I'm sure they're like, oh boy, these people are bread eaters. They probably give us bread that fell. Because I'm already right on top of, we need more bread. Anyway, everybody at home is like, who cares? Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to get a combination of default and throwing my pager in there. I'm going to tell you, all I have to do to get this pit bull is got move in this direction. Dixie! Yay! So it's like abracadabra, abracadabra. And then she's still willing to do more, but I've tightened up that turn. But I'm continuing all through. It's not inhibiting her at all. But I think in the beginning, and again, if she goes back up there on her own, I would certainly reward that. Again, I've blurred the line. Whose idea was it? I don't know. But it's fun. It would just end up being, I don't know whose idea it was to go to the garlic, but we love that place.
But we love it.
We absolutely love it there. This dog is easily fooled now. Dixie! Yay! So I cleaned everything up. We didn't have any slip and fall accidents. I'm going to get her to move around a little bit. If I'm going to do it, I want it to be I want to add the pager to it. In the beginning, you have to just reward any movement. All right, so look, so I can just all through. All through. We're going to get some pictures. You know, but if you said, well, how are you getting his attention? Really, by what I'm not doing. Dixie! I'm laying into my pager right there. I'm actually surprised she didn't do birdie leap. You two are going to have to work on that. You know, if you can get, all right, so what I'm saying to myself now is I want to straighten the dog out. I'm going to do my pager. Yay. And the reason was really just to help it understand. One, you know, the people say it's freaking out. It's not freaking it out. Yay. Let's see if I can get her to move her feet at all. All I'm going to have to do, say all through and move my arm and do a convincing act like I'm leaving. I'm not going to do my pager. I'm not going to do anything. It's going to go down to the pond. Dixie. You know, and I was very deliberate about so if you said, what did you accomplish? I would say I kind of combined my recall, I kind of combined what I already had. She's doing it fast. I'm just going to tell you already, you've got to be so careful when you train these. Because if you do anything that makes them get droopy, or I think any kind of physicality, and they start getting droopy, they don't get on droopy, they get droopier. They can be very committed to droopiness, and they just get slow and droopy, you know? If you get a shutdown pit bull, and that's what Chelsea's working with right now, it's very hard to remove that. You know, even if you said, I'm going to try to surgically remove, 50% of the shutdown, I mean, you've got to really know what you're doing. Anyway, girls, she's doing fantastic. I couldn't be more thrilled. She's absolutely, again, there's my default. Yay. So what I'm now going to try to get her up there and get her straight. Here's my pager. Yay, yay. And you got to be ready to move around. All right, guys, we'll be right back.